Notary commissions, official documents, notarial acts, as well as many other daily use paper products become slightly more expensive due to this taxation. But how would a few shillings lead to revolution? British Parliament implemented several measures to pay back their debt, one of which targeted the colonists and colonial notaries public directly.
Stamp Act would have said, anytime you get a government document notarized, anytime you have to file a contract, anytime you have to register a marriage license, buy a newspaper, buy a pack of playing cards that's wrapped in paper, any kind of paper good to be legally sold needs to be stamped. And that's a sign that either you, the buyer, or the merchant upfront has paid the tax on paper goods. My name is Tyler Putman, and I'm the Senior Manager of Gallery Interpretation here at the Museum of the American Revolution, which is about 2 blocks from Independence Hall in Philadelphia. So the Stamp Act would have meant a pretty immediate change in your day-to-day life, which also made it more palpable than if it had been a tax on some kind of more ambiguous thing in trade. Most every American at some point would have needed to pay that tax, so they would have felt it or expected to feel it really immediately in 1765.
An excerpt of the act reads, "For every sheet or piece of paper on which shall be engrossed, written, or printed any license, appointment, or admission of any notary within the said colonies and plantations, a stamp duty of £10. The act goes further to say, for every piece of paper on which shall be engrossed, written, or printed any notarial act within the said colonies and plantations, a stamp duty of 2 shillings and 3 pence. Notary commissions, official documents, notarial acts, as well as many other daily use paper products become slightly more expensive due to this taxation. But how would a few shillings lead to revolution?
So that question, why would people care so much?
Right.
That's exactly what people in Britain are asking. What are these Americans complaining about? I think what it boils down to is the definition of representation. People in America have a different definition. They don't think virtual representation, that kind of representation, is valid. They think I need direct representation. I, or at least someone I respect who has more money than me, needs to vote for whoever is making this decision.
Initially, the frustration is felt by businessmen who are directly affected by these changes. Judges, lawyers, notaries, and others who feel like this taxation is targeted and unjust. A delegation representing 9 of the colonies meet in New York City to oppose the Stamp Act in October of 1765. This Stamp Act Congress would publish a Declaration of Rights and Grievances, which reasoned, if the colonists are to owe loyalty to the Crown as all British subjects, then the colonists are due the same rights as all British subjects. This document insists no taxes should be imposed on them, but with their own consent, given personally or by their representatives. No taxation without representation.